These One Piece theories of mine will blow your mind. And yes, I am recording in an earphone mic. But don't you worry, I'm not going to try and guess what the One Piece is because that will ruin your fun and my fun. So I'm not even trying to guess what the One Piece is. Also, I'm completely clueless on what it is that Goldie Roger would look and laugh at and wish that he would live in Joy Boy's era. But I will be talking about how each character's arc will go on and what we will get to see with each and every major character that Oda introduced in this 20-year long magnum opus, and that is One Piece. This video is going to be really fast paced and will have so many important key details, so I would suggest you to not skip any part forward. I might accidentally even try and really actually solve the One Piece. So I have a 1% chance of potential future spoilers, and also definitely manga spoilers are here in too. So without further ado, let's begin talking about One Piece and its wildest theories on how the story will end. So after the Again Island arc, I think the next big saga should be the Elbaf arc, which has been teased by Oda for a really long time, and we will see the return of our friendly giants, and this arc will be an arc about our own god Usopp. Usopp is still to prove to the world that he is a really brave man. He is shown as a scaredy cat, but his ambition is to become a braver person. And I guess this is the perfect arc where he can become the actual god Usopp and show his bravery to the world. And this bit of theory is my own thing, and I guess I really want this to happen, and that is having our next Straw Hat member. And I think that is Jewelry Bonnie. We don't know what happened to our crew. She has a tragic past that we know about Kuma and stuff, and I guess she is the worthy candidate of being a Straw Hat because she already has a nice dynamic between Luffy and Chopper. And for those of you Lucy fans who want Lucy to actually join the Straw Hats, that's also what I want, but that's actually dumb, because I don't think it can ever happen. Well, in typical Oda fashion, give him a really sad backstory and let Luffy save him. I mean, we get a new Straw Hat. And then we don't know the location of the final road poneglyph. I think it's in Elbaf, and Shanks might be the one actually ruling that island. We didn't know he has a territory, but it looks like it has because in the recent manga chapter. And what happens to Kid? You know, Eustace Captain Kidd should somehow go away from the race of being the one to find One Piece because he's kind of a good guy and Luffy doesn't want to get involved with him. And Kid is facing off against Shanks, who is also a mentor type figure to Luffy, so it's gonna be really weird to see that happening. And what happens to another rival of him, that is Law. We have to see what happens to Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, who also happens to have the word D. He is in a battle with Blackbeard. I think he's gonna get defeated and then imprisoned by Blackbeard, like he's literally imprisoning others. I think that this is the time when the admirals, the main fleet admirals, the three of them, will start making a move on the pirates because Blackbeard is getting close to the One Piece. And Blackbeard has also kidnapped, Kobe, and that also starts a conflict among the Marines and the Blackbeard pirates. And also we shouldn't forget that we have the King Emo and his Tenryubito attacks. So I think the main fight, Tenryubito, the head Tenryubito, are also going to be involved in the story somehow, and they will come after Straw Hat Luffy. So here are my theories. I think Luffy is going to have many final battles with many characters that we waited this long him to have his revenge on. The first thing is all three admirals will definitely come against Luffy. I think Fujitora is going to let him go. I don't know about the forest guy. I think Ryukyogoku is going to try and stop Luffy. But we also have the other one, who is Kizaru, who will also be behind him. But the one thing that we've all been waiting for is him versus Akainu, because Akainu literally killed Ace, and that was really sad, and we've been waiting these many years for Luffy to finally give him what he deserves. The next final battle, I think, will be against the Blackbeard pirates, because the Blackbeard pirates have Pudding, who has 3 eyes, and it was mentioned by Big Mom that three-eyed people can read the poneglyphs. So I guess Blackbeard has her with him because he needs her to read the poneglyph to find out the One Piece's location. I think against his battle against Blackbeard will be the biggest battle ever, with marines and other pirates and others coming in and going. And I think we're gonna get help from Whitebeard pirates, that is Marco and others, actually coming to help Luffy one more time. Now I have two theories about Joy Boy. The first one is Joy Boy is Luffy. I mean, it's not like Luffy became Joy Boy, but I think Joy Boy is actually Luffy. So there was this rumor going on in the internet that Luffy will actually time travel 900 years in the Void Century and he will stay there for a while. And I think this is due to his Gear 6 ability, in which he uses his observation haki, and along with his Gear 5 bending abilities, he literally bends time and goes back into the past. And this is going to be a temporary power-up form, I think, because we can't have him always time traveling. And he is going to become Joy Boy. He's going to do everything that Joy Boy did, eventually becoming the legend himself that everyone's going to call him Joy Boy. This theory sounds insane and even I don't like it, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning. The other theory is that Joy Boy actually exists and we get to know his real truth and what happened in the White Century, which is what it should be, but it's a little bit boring. But I think Oda is going to make it interesting because he's a little god. But we know that we have God Usopp, but we need another god returning to the franchise after a really long time, and that is our very own god Enel. So after we left him in Skypiea, we've never seen him again. Oda has did a few cover chapters with Enel and that's it. So him returning and finally meeting with Luffy, I think as an enemy, will be amazing. I think Luffy will defeat Blackbeard and Akainu at the same time, and the story will not end there because there is a huge post-war arc which focuses on him trying to find the One Piece with others. I think the next final battle or great battle is going to be between Luffy and Kobe. Because Kobe is literally the first person he met when he set out for an adventure, and Kobe wished to be a marine. And it would be really cool for Kobe to not pull his punches and he starts fighting in an actual strong way and show how far he has come and actually trying to defeat Luffy. But I don't think it needs to be a serious fight. It needs to be a hilarious fight. I think I have already guessed who the next fleet admiral will be, who will be someone who is actually caring about the world and who actually believes in Luffy, and none other than Smoker. I know Fujitora also comes in here, but I don't think he's going to take up that role. I think this is where, in this huge war against Blackbeard and Akainu, are we going to get the Straw Hat Grand Fleet returning and trying to help Liv. I mean, Cavendish and Bartolomeo is going to be returning. I think we're going to have this epic war with basically every One Piece character that Oda has ever created coming in to help Luffy or fight Luffy, which will be so cool to look at. And even the Summit War was so interesting because of how many characters he brought in, right? And I think Oda is going to just continue this trend. But this time, it actually has the Straw Hats in here. I think we are also going to have Germa 66 returning, who have Caesar Clown as we saw in the cover stories. And we are also going to have CP0 making a return, and Lucci will actually be a villain. And for those One Piece fans who want him as Straw Hats, I'm sorry. And I think Doflamingo is going to be freed by Tenryubuto, and he's going to fight on the Tenryubuto side, which will be interesting as hell. So, I think the Revolutionary Army is also going to start making a move against the world government, and Sabo is still alive as we find out later in the series. And here's something Oda style funny. I think Buggy's crew, aka the Cross Guild, which already has two Shichibukai members, ex-Shichibukai members, will actually even grow more in more fantastic ways as we see more ex-warlords actually joining the crew. The first one to join this crew might be Gecko Moria, whose fate we haven't known after he confronted with Blackbeard. I think he's also a prisoner with Blackbeard, and this Yonko war can make him actually join Buggy's crew, seeing ex-warlords. And I don't know how this might happen, but I think Boa Hancock might also actually join Cross Guild so that she can save her kingdom, and she's going to be absolutely flustered when Luffy comes in. And I don't know how this will happen, but I think we have to give Impel Down a visit again and see who the new warden is, which we do know from the cover chapters. And we should have a fight with this and an inmates breaking out again along with Bonchan. And also, when the Yonkos clash, we might have the battle between Crocodile and Sanji again, which is like literally teased from the Alabasta saga. But the main battle that we are waiting for ever since the Barati arc is Mihawk versus Zoro, and I think this will happen when Buggy and Luffy clash heads. Zoro is going to win against Mihawk, showing that he has become the strongest ever swordsman. But guys, trust me, that won't even be the main final battle because the main final battle will be Luffy versus Shanks. Yes, two Yonkos clashing against each other. One is a mentor type for the other, and it will be really, really great. And I don't know why, but I feel like Oda should give every Straw Hat a really cool moment to show how much they've changed. Usopp needs his bravery moment at all costs, and he has to show that every crew member has come a really long way. And I think at this point, Luffy will win against Shanks, and Shanks voluntarily dropping off against the hunt for One Piece. And he also asks him to keep his straw hat because it's a symbol of Joy Boy, and we might be getting a new explanation of Joy Boy's truth. I think after the final battles and the world has settled and finally is in peace after the Tenryubuto's fall, I think we're gonna have some feel good kind of chapters where we see Luffy and the Straw Hats alone reaching Raftail and finding the greatest treasure in the world, the One Piece, and Luffy becoming and being announced as the king of pirates. This is what's gonna happen to the characters after they find the legendary treasure, the One Piece. And I'm not going to count each and every character because there are like 1,000 characters, but the main characters that includes the Straw Hats. I think the Marines are gonna be happy that Luffy ended the pirate age and he actually helps the Marines build a better future for the world. And Smoker is also one of them, with Smoker, Fujitaro, and Kobe are all among the people who admire Luffy. Zoro will become the king of swordsmen. He will become the strongest swordsman in the world, fulfilling his promise to Kuina. And I don't know if Perona or Tashigi are going to be his partner, but I'm hoping we get something out of this. And Sanji will definitely find the all blue. I don't know what it is. I don't even want to guess what it is, but he will find it. That's for sure. Ami will fulfill her world and draw the map of the entire world, which might help many people across the world, and Marines will be thanking her for that, and she will showcase her talent and earn money so much. Chopper will be able to find a medicine that will be able to cure any disease, and thanks to recent chapters with Vegapunk, I think it's closer to reality based on how much he can check on future technology. Nico Robin at the end will find the meaning of the will of D, and finally her life's entire thing will be finished, and she will also find the Rio Poneglyph, which tells the entire history of Joy Boy 800 years prior. Frankie's dream is for Luffy's and the ship to reach Raftel and finally find the One Piece. Well, I guess when Luffy finds it, his dream will be fulfilled too. Brook will finally meet Laboon after so many years. I guess this episode or this chapter will be fully dedicated to him, showing him reuniting with her. But I think it's just gonna be a little panel in the manga. And we are not really sure on what Jinbe's dream is. I think it's his dream to see Luffy become king of pirates, and that's it. That's all we know about Jinbe. Same goes for Jewelry Bonnie. We don't even know if she joins the crew or is she going to be same like something like Trafalgar D. Waterloo. But I wish she joins, and she might even have a dream which is revealed as of yet. And of course, there are a lot of other series that I really want to talk about, other theories that I really want to talk about. Well, I don't really think that I have to find what the One Piece is or try to understand what the One Piece is, because that will just ruin the fun for me and the suspense that I have with this. I mean, this story is been going on for 25 years. Even though I've been watching it for like 3 months, I'm really, really excited for what it is. So I think I'm not going to try and even guess what that is, just so that I can fully enjoy it when it appears. I never even thought about what the One Piece is. And same goes for you. So that was all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and share this with all your friends who might be into One Piece. And yes, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications icon so that you'll never miss out on any other videos like this. I'll see you guys in my next video, in which I might even explain One Piece chapters each and every time it comes out every week. So if you don't want to miss out that, subscribe. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, sayonara guys, chan out.